A very, very good afternoon to all of you who've taken time off to attend our session today. Ni hao to our Chinese participants. Um, so my name, as mentioned, is Dr. Farhan Ali. I'm a faculty member here in NIE, National Institute of Education. And today's briefing will cover two exciting programs, in my opinion. First program we've called Master of Science in Science of Learning, and the other program we've called Master of Education, Learning Sciences and Artificial Intelligence, or LSEI. Let me share screen and then okay, let me see. There you go. Title of today's session is From Brain Science to AI, the New Frontiers of Learning Design. As you can see, it's quite exciting, and you'll be given the opportunities to learn various perspectives, especially cutting-edge ones. What I'll do is I will cover our first program, the Master of Science in Science of Learning, for a few minutes, and then I'll move on to our Master of Education in Learning Sciences and AI. So this program, Master of Science in Science of Learning, is very unique because this is where we integrate perspectives from neuroscience, psychology, cognitive science, technology, AI, and of course, education. Why science of learning? Because we are undergoing a revolution in how we understand how humans learn. We know a lot about teaching, about education, and so on, but a lot less about the functions and structure of the brain and how we can leverage that understanding to optimize learning. So our program is evidence-based. There's a lot of exposure to rigorous neuroscience and empirical research. It's also highly translational. We cover a lot of case studies, both local and overseas, where findings from the lab are tested in classrooms in a way that's actionable and scalable. It's also future facing, as you will see later. We integrate quite a lot of AI, analytics, and learning design in our various modules or courses. This is a brief overview of the different courses that you'll be given the opportunity to sample. There are a total of 8 courses or modules. I think for many of you, you may think of this as modules, but in NIE, we call them courses, but you can use those interchangeably, modules or courses. So there'll be a foundations course where you'll be given both breadth and depth in terms of exposure to neuroscience, cognitive psychology, technology, and so on. There's also a methods course where you'll be given hands-on opportunities to learn how to analyze data. You will also be given hands-on opportunities to understand some imaging modalities, neuroimaging modalities like FNIRS. There's MSL 903, where you'll be dealing a lot with data from various senses, as well as educational data, such as achievement data, digital log data, and so on. Neuroscience features heavily in our program, MSL program or Master of Science in Science of Learning program. So there'll be one elective called Education and Neuroscience, where you can interrogate and apply brain science to inform intervention across all levels, from general education to higher education in adults. More courses here dealing with assessment, with translation, with brain behavior cognition, and in particular AI and neuroscience as a dedicated course. If you're interested in the synergies between AI, brain science, and educational research, it's got a unique learning design where you get to deal with authentic AI tools and real-world data sets to solve educational problems. So that's our Master of Science in Science of Learning, MSL in short, where again it takes a very interdisciplinary approach where different perspectives are synergized. I'm going to move on to our Master of Education in Learning Sciences and Artificial Intelligence, or MET-LSAI. It's formally known as the Master of Education in Learning Sciences and Technologies, but we've both reformed the curriculum as well as the naming to reflect some of the cutting edge areas that we have incorporated or integrated into the program. It's part of the Master of Education, broader Master of Education program with different specializations. This particular specialization is in learning sciences and artificial intelligence. The aim is to develop an in-depth understanding of learning sciences and AI, particularly to equip you with the skills to conduct investigations in your respective contexts. Why MET-LSAI? Because we are undergoing a transformation in how humans learn, think, and interact with technology. A lot of that has got to do with AI, as you can imagine. So this particular program would integrate some of this newer understanding. It also has an interdisciplinary bent to it, understanding learning from multiple perspectives, exploring the affordances of technologies, particular AI, and to drive meaningful pedagogical innovation in different contexts. This is a list of the different modules or courses. There are core courses as well as specialization courses, both required and electives. Required specialization courses are courses that you have to take in order to graduate. However, in the specialization electives, you can pick and choose the courses that attract your attention, excite you, or are applicable to your individual context, respective professional context. So we do try to balance the fundamentals and foundation with options and choices. So for both our MSL program and our MET-LSAI program, we have unique features such as small cohorts. You generally study with smaller groups of students of 15 to 25, seminar style. Almost all of our courses are seminar style. So it's intimate, rigorous, and very immersive. You get to learn from the instructor or the faculty member, but also from your classmates. Most courses are 52 hours. That's worth 4 AU. Is delivered over 13 weeks or so. Not all 13 weeks are in person, meaning not all 13 weeks will require your presence in NTU or NIE. Some weeks involve online delivery via Zoom. Some are self-paced learning, meaning you don't have to come to class. So somewhat asynchronous self-paced learning. There's also a lot of emphasis on real-world applications. We generally don't have sit-down exams. We take a more modern perspective. A lot of the assessment involves reflections, project work, written proposals. In some cases, projects involving apps and platforms that you can propose and even develop. So it's a blend of sort of intellectual scholarly work with authentic products that you have to deliver. Okay, so that's all from me. The common theme in these two programs is an emphasis on how learning works, both from the neuroscientific perspective, but also from a learning sciences perspective, and to integrate technology at different levels. So that's sort of the common thread uniting these two programs. So that's sort of the unique feature of our two programs for this session. That's the end of this part of the session, which is me presenting information and giving you a sense of the unique aspects of the two programs. The rest of the session, my understanding is that it's a lot more interactive. So if you have questions, concerns, clarifications, it will be an opportunity for you to